All right. I know you clicked this video because of Sophie Rain. And now if you click this video, I know your mind is fucked up. And now if you watch this video till the end, let me clarify one thing. Out of all the experience that I have, out of all the knowledge that I have in my mind, I'm sorry, I got a little away from the mic. But this is how hard I'm working for you guys to help your life better. I'm not getting anything from this. YouTube ad revenue is way less. You also know it, right? This mic, this lighting, this laptop, these slides, let me show you. Lots of slides, bro. I worked a lot of it. For you guys, this camera over here, this iPhone, fucking lots of things. This mouse. All right, let's begin into it and let's desexualize your actual brain. Your brain has been sexualized, and this guide will help you solve it. All right, so let's see. So, firstly, let's talk about Sophie Rain. I know most of you have watched her videos because she's very viral and she's the top OnlyFans creator. So let's see how much she makes and whether she makes that much. Sophie Rain, I researched about her a little bit in the past, 2 or 3 months. She has been making $43 million in 2024 alone. Do you know how much that is? $43 million and over $95 million in about 2 years. Oh, sorry, give me 1 second. $95 million in 2 years. Let's take an example of a construction worker. How much do you think he makes? He makes like 20 or $25 an hour, right? How much time do you think he has to take to make $95 million? I don't think so he's gonna make in 10 years. I don't think so he's gonna make in 20 years because he has to spend on his on his family, on himself, on his food, on his rent, all these things, right? How much do you think he could be saving? It's going to take like more than 50 years according to me. Like, I mean, you can calculate and comment down below, but he's going to take that much, and she made $95 million in about 2 years. Do you now do you see how much that is? It's not $1 million. It's not 10 million. It's not 50 million. It's $95 million. For example, let's also take LeBron James. He made around $48.7 million in 2024 to 2025 season. So she's making the amount that one of the top NBA players is making. I want you to sit on that for like 2 or 3 seconds. $43 million in 2024 and $95 million in about 2 years. God damn, that's like, what is that? That's like life-changing money. That's like generations, fucking 8 to 9 generations changing money. And let's talk about him. Charlie. This is a guy, he's her top subscriber. And you know how much he paid her? Not for her, just for, I assume, her pictures. $4.7 million in 11 months. So in just 1 year, he, who hasn't even, I'm not sure about this, bro, I'm just assuming, he doesn't even know, I don't think so he has seen her in person, but he has given her $4.7 million. And you can see over here, the pictures are showing you. So now, why should you listen to me on the topic, let's desexualize your brain? Why should you listen to me? So I went from doom scrolling loser. I used to like get in the morning. You know what's the first thing I used to do? I used to like open my phone and used to like scrolling for like past like 1 or 2 hours. And then I used to start my day with less energy, with essentially no energy, because you spend all of the energy on your phone in the morning. And I had phone addiction of 10 plus hours a day. I used to consume reels, TikToks, con. You know what I'm talking about. And now, I mean, I'm a productive individual, that's a big word, right? Who's free of most addictions, because as humans, you will never be free of all the addictions. So I don't want to be coming here and telling you guys that I'm the best, I'm the perfect guy. You should listen to me. You should not. I'm not perfect, but I'm free of most addictions that young men fall into. And I have less than 2 hours of screen time over here. And I can show you my picture as well. And on this channel, I'll tell my stories, my personal insights, and my strategies about how to control your dopamine, how your dopamine is fucked up, how to remove your addictions, and how to how to make your life very productive, and how to get more things done. And if you haven't subscribed, if you're new to this challenge to this channel, subscribe right now. And here's what we will cover in this full guide. So in this full guide, we will cover about what exactly is sexualized brain. I'm saying that let's desexualize your brain, but what do you think is sexualized brain? We'll cover about that. The second, the loop that you keep saying to yourself that, firstly I did this, then I did this, then I did this, then I wasn't able to do anything, then I came back. That's the loop. We'll talk about that too. What does this loop do to your mind? So how this loop affects your mind, and how modern world affects it, and how people justify it, how people say this to themselves that, oh, it's okay, he's also doing it, oh, my friend's also doing it, it's very hard anyways, oh, nobody's watching. We'll talk about the justification that people give to themselves. And the sixth point is going to be the reversal. Four practical and actionable steps that I'm going to tell you that you can implement today or in this week to start improving your life and start removing the addictions that you have and start desexualizing your brain. Number 7 is going to be a bonus point, and the point is going to be how to start attracting 10 by 10 girls. And number 7 again, fuck man. But number 8 is going to be the results. All right, so now you know like what are you gonna what are we gonna cover in this guide. If you don't think it's good for you, this video or this guide is good for you, you can scroll away and you can watch some other dopamine addicted and dopamine loaded video that's gonna give you lots of dopamine. But if you have a good attention span, you will watch this guide, or maybe if you want, you can split this guide into 1 or 2 parts, or maybe you can watch it tomorrow, and you can watch this full guide to desexualize your brain. And what's my goal? For the people who don't know me, I am Mandeep, but white people like to call me Mandeep. I'm totally okay with that. I'm a man who goes deep philosophically. And I want to help 100K people solve their problems about addictions, dopamine, attention, and productivity. So addictions, dopamine, because nobody, like most of the people and most of the young men, their dopamine is fucked up by modern society. And I want to help 100K people solve their problems. And the goal is to wake 100K people up from the triggers and the things that modern society throw on us. And this is a fight against attention economy, because everyone, the whole world is trying to capture your attention. The whole world wants to get your attention, because if something is free, you know what they say, if something is free, you know the line, if something is free, you are the product. And this is a fight against attention economy. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe right now, because I could only know that how many people I'm helping by the amount of subscribers that I have. And the more subscribers I get, I won't make more money. It's just a number that I would look up, that how many people I'm helping. All right. And if you, before further ado, if you want to be diving deep into this stuff, and if you want to get my ebook as well, this is everything that I wish I knew when my brain was fried and I didn't, have to go through all the fucking pains that I went through. And if you just want a simple, actionable, practical guide, get this ebook. I won't be a salesman anymore. And let's go to the first point, which is, what does a sexualized brain actually mean? It doesn't mean you're horny, because horniness is actually very biological. If you won't be horny, guess what won't be happening? Our population won't increase. So you have to be horny. Horniness is not actually a bad thing. It means you're sexualizing of your brain. It means that your dopamine system is hijacked by sexual novelty. What does this mean? That your dopamine system and your brain and your mind is hijacked by sexual novelty. Novelty means that constant change of things and constant, that I want new things. You keep telling your mind, and you won't be, keeping your mind on one thing, and you won't be just, you will be just jumping onto new things and new things and new things. That's what you call novelty. And in this case, sexual novelty. That's why, you scroll more to get that, perfect video or that perfect reel, right? And any attractive body right now, according to you, is a dopamine hit. It should not be. Your mind is been sexualized. So you can scan, what do you do? Even if you see a girl, in, a bar or a gym or walking in a street or maybe somewhere else. What do? You scan the whole body. You look her from top to bottom. You scan the body. You don't go and approach to her, because if you go and approach to her, that will mean that you're horny, but actually you're actually taking step and you're actually having a conversation with her. Right now, what's the loop and what's the problem? You're just scanning her, you're fantasizing her, you're craving her, and you're chasing her. But guess what you're not doing? You're not approaching her, and you're not making any move. This is not desire. You know what is it? This is conditioning. You're no longer choosing. The world is making you choose. You're reacting. And this stimulus that you give to your body, that any attractive body, it's a dopamine hit. That gives you dopamine, and that's not a good dopamine. You know what is it? It's a bad dopamine that makes you revolving in the same loop that you keep on going again and again. And you don't see people. You know what you see? You see stimulus. That's why most of the people, they follow these OnlyFans creators, these Instagram models. Why? Because they also know from their side that if we make our pictures look like this, the person who's watching, all the fucking losers who are watching us, they will get that dopamine hit, and they will save our videos, they will, like our videos, they will comment our videos, and yeah, that's gonna boost the engagement, and some of those people will buy our product. You see what's happening? That's why they use that. What do you say that? The photo editing apps, and make their hips fucking circular, make their hips exactly circle, because they know that's gonna make you, that's gonna make you give a dopamine hit, and that's the trap. That's the trap for you. If you're not one of those people who want to be like any anymore, I'm with you, man. I also used to be like that. I'm being vulnerable right now, because I'm telling you, firstly, don't judge me on my English, because English not my first language. But I am being vulnerable with you right now, and I'm telling you all the bad habits that I used to do, and that's the trap. I was one of them, and that, my friend, is not good for you. So what's the loop? So what's the loop here that you keep telling yourself, and what's the loop that you keep on going through, and you're not able to come outside? You know what you do? Let's suppose you don't have anything to do. Let's suppose on a fucking Monday morning you have done all of your things that you want to do. What now? You feel bored. You feel lonely because you don't have a girlfriend. You feel very lonely because you don't have any female friends, and you don't have any attraction, or you don't have any good attention. You feel stressed because you have lots of things to do, or you feel very tired because you really have lots of things to do. You know what your brain thinks? Your brain thinks, yes, I want some dopamine because this is getting too much for me. I'm feeling very bored. I'm feeling very lonely. I'm feeling very stressed. I'm feeling very tired. What should I do? What should I do? Let me just get that fast dopamine hit. So your brain thinks, okay, if I have to get a dopamine hit, how do I get that dopamine hit? You know what it does? It remembers how to get the strongest dopamine hit. It remembers the previous time, the previous evidence that the brain gave to himself, that okay, this was the thing that gave me strongest dopamine hit. You know what was it? There was sexual content. There was the videos that you watched on Pornhub. There was the videos that you watched on Instagram. There was the soft porn that you watched on Instagram. That's how you got the maximum and the strongest dopamine hit. So your brain remembers that. Your brain remembers. Let's suppose if you watch a video today, you feel satisfied. And if you feel very bored tomorrow, what's going to happen? Your brain is going to think, okay, I got the strongest dopamine hit from yesterday's video. Maybe I should watch that again. Or maybe I should watch, some other part of it. You scroll, you stare, and you turn your auto rotate off, if you know what I mean. I know you know what I mean. And you fantasize and you watch. You repeat the cycle and you feel empty. And once you have done that heinous act, you know what happens? You feel very empty and you go back again. When you feel very empty, you're like, yeah, I'm feeling very empty. I'm feeling very bored. I shouldn't be doing this. I'm feeling very stressed. I'm feeling very tired. What should I do now? I want that dopamine hit again. Your brain thinks that again. And guess what happens? You go to that loop again and you perform that activity again. That's the loop. Your brain learns that sexual content, it's emotional regulation. And for you, the stress that I told you, if you have lots of things to do, that pushes you to that videos. The boredom that you feel like, yes, I don't have anything to do. What should I do? I don't want to be feeling bored, because my mind is not in my control. I don't want to be feeling bored. So what do? Oh, let me just distract my mind. So you go watch these videos again. And loneliness, when you don't have any good attention, when you don't have a good I was gonna say family, but if you don't have a good circle of friends, if you don't have good female friends or male friends, you know what you do? You get bored at home and you go watch those videos again. And then you say to your mind shit like, oh, I can't focus, I'm tired, oh, I feel very tired. I mean, I have to do something, so why don't I do this? I mean, like last time I watched those videos, I got strongest dopamine hit. Maybe I should do it again. And you go to that loop again. And that's the loop that you're not able to come outside. I know you have tried many times that, yes, this time I won't watch it, this time I won't watch it. Okay, for this week I won't watch. This week I will do this many times, or this week I can only do this many times. But guess what happens? You're watching this video again. You're watching myself again. You're watching my face again. Why? If you had came outside from that loop, you wouldn't be watching this video. So if you're watching this video till now, you know something's wrong with you and you're not staying on your word. So what does this do to your mind? What's your mind's reaction after this? A sexualized brain, you know what it causes? It doesn't just sexualize your brain, it shortens your attention span. So you're not able to keep your attention on one task for a long time. You're not able to read something, you're not able to work, or you're not able to study for your exams. You start objectifying people automatically. If you see a pretty girl in a gym or in a bar or in a university or in your class, you know what you start to do? You start objectifying. You don't see her face. You just see the parts of her that feels attractive to you. And that's objectifying people. You have very low emotional depth. You don't have any, good emotional intelligence. If you're just objectifying people, of course you would be having low emotional depth, right? You have less drive for real goals. And let me tell you something about this. You have very less drive for sexual, how do I say it? What's the exact word I'm looking for? If you get involved in a sexual activity with, of course, both consent, right, you will be having less drive for that as well. So can you see like how it's just ruining you? It's not ruining me. It's not ruining someone else. It's ruining you, and it's ruining the future version of yourself. No one is getting affected more than you. You have very weak discipline. You have more anxiety and you have more shame because you know in yourself that you're doing something that you should not be doing. You also know the way. It's not like you watch this video because you don't know the strategies. You don't know anything else about like how to solve this or how to, not do this. You know everything. The point of this video is I'm making you accountable. I'm telling you what it does to your mind and how I can make you accountable, how I can make you feel accountable. You have less presence. Let's suppose you're in a group of 5 or 6 people. You will be less present because your energy is not there. Your confidence is not there. So you would be having different, weird body language. You would be like, not having eye contact with any females. You would be like doing weird shit. And of course, you would be having less confidence as well. And you know what happens? You need stimulation to feel alive. You think that I don't get any stimulation from anywhere. I'm not getting stimulation, from reading. I'm not stimulated from, doing work. I'm not stimulated from, talking to my friends. What should I do? And when was the last time I got strongest dopamine hit or the strongest stimulation? And your brain tells that I watched that video and I got the strongest stimulation from that. So let's go ahead and watch that video again. And that's why you need stimulation to even feel alive. And silence, if you just sit with yourself for like even 10 minutes or 5 minutes, it feels very painful because your attention span is fucked up. Stillness, it also feels very empty. So basically, what I want to say is your mind is really fucked up. You're not contributing to society. You're not doing anything for the world. You know what you're doing? You're just draining your energy. You're just making it worse for the future version of you. And real connection with humans, it feels very slow. So you're not even able to connect anyone. And your brain is addicted to intensity, not meaning. And I want to say this, man. I was at this place and I came out of it. If I, a normal human being, I'm not someone special, a normal human being who can come out of this, you can too. And that's, my friend, it's really bad for you. And you know what? Modern world, the world that we're living in right now, it makes it 10 times worse. It's not good for you. It adds things that makes your addictions really worse. Your brain, it was never built for infinite bodies on Instagram. It was never built for, those perfect curves and perfect structures on TikTok, the perfect angles, the filters on Snapchat, the soft porn on Reels, and actual porn on websites too. And that's the actual trap. You know what most of the girls do too? I have been, I have been like, I'm added to many girls on Instagram. Some of the girls who are really studious in my university as well. You know what they do? They are very decent in university. I know their private life. I know that's their private life, but they post thirst traps to get attention from men on their Instagram stories, on Instagram posts. Even though when they have their boyfriends, oh my god, I can't fucking think how this, how what was their boyfriend thinking? But even though when they have their boyfriends, and they even post their boyfriends on their stories, but still they post the thirst traps. I don't know, like how does their boyfriend think? But let me tell you something. Young women and men think, you know what they think when they have like unlimited, 800 or 900 Instagram models. I found unlimited mates. And your brain stops trying in real life. That's why you never approach anybody in real life, my friend. It becomes very lazy. When you can just get a dopamine hit. Give me 1 second. I have to drink my water. I have to get my fucking hydration level. Okay. So when your brain is getting that dopamine hit from whatever, from that Instagram or TikTok or Reels, why do you have to get the same dopamine level from approaching someone in real life? You might be saying that, to make my dick hard, or maybe I have to go in a sexual content, or maybe I have to, have sex. Simple, right? But if you're getting the same time of the same, or even, worse, that you're getting more dopamine hit from watching that perfect body on Instagram, do you think you would approach a little imperfect girl in the gym? What do you think? What does your brain find very easy? Because if you approach someone, firstly, you have to like fucking have some balls to approach that lady. And you have to like, have some, funny conversation or maybe charismatic conversation. You go up to her, you start a line, that's very lazy. That's like that takes a lot of effort. Or like you have to like first after that you have to get her Instagram, get her Snapchat, get her number. After that, text her first, throw some lines over there, then make a date idea, then after that do something. That's a lot of effort. But what does your brain think? Oh, or maybe I can just, go home and, do something. What does your brain think? Your brain thinks that, right? So your brain chases pixels instead of your real purpose. And you as a man, if you're watching this as a man, I don't think so any woman who's watching this, but if you're a woman watching this, hello. And if you're a man watching this, you don't change any purpose. You don't chase your purpose. You're only chasing pixels. And you know how people justify it? They say to themselves that it's normal, everybody does it. Oh, I talked to my friend who's also a fucking loser, and he told me, yeah, he has been, jacking off like fucking 3 or 4 times. Oh, he's doing it, so I can also do it. And it's just biology. Yeah, of course I'm gonna be feeling attracted to the woman in Instagram, bro. Of course, why wouldn't I feel attracted? It's just biology. It's stress relief. Oh, I had like lots of things to do today. Of course I'm gonna be like, releasing the stress somewhere. Guess what? It doesn't affect me. I'm very strong. I go to gym. I just neutralize that effect. It doesn't affect me. I can stop anytime. That's the fucking classic. Motherfuckers say to themselves, oh, I can stop anytime. Yeah. What do you think? Oh, it's not in my control? Talk about yourself. This is in my control. Just like alcohol or cigarette. I guess there was a study done on uh well, you forget about that. I'll tell you in a future video. But just like people who think that, yes, oh, I'm doing cigarette, yeah, it's totally in my control. Oh, alcohol, yeah, of course, I'm going to just drink this and after that, I'm not going to buy the next one. It's all in my control. But guess what happened? When they get that little bit of boredom, a little bit of stress, a little bit of loneliness, guess what happens? They are on the bar buying the alcohol. They're one of the first people in the line. And that's you. That's exactly you. You can't be saying to yourself, "Oh, I can stop anytime. It's in my control." That's fucking wrong, bro. You and I both know they're all lies. All of the things that I mentioned over here, they're all lies. So what's the solution? I have been complaining a lot that you don't do this, you don't do this. This is your problem. Your future self will be hating you for this. So what's the reversal? How to desexualize your brain? Let me tell you something. This is the best thing I have done for my brain. I have been more productive. I've improved a fucking ton in gym. I have been improving fucking ton in relationships. I have been increasing my confidence. I have been doing all of these things just because of one thing. I know it's really hard, but just because of desexualizing my brain, I have been getting all these benefits. As a humans, what we think that, let's suppose if I drink this water, right? If I drink this water, what's the benefit of this water? The benefit is that I'll be able to, firstly, my hunger will go a little down, and secondly, my hydration level is going to be good. These are the two benefits, right? I mean, they could be like fucking other benefits too. But if you just do one thing and you get a lot of benefits, do you think that thing should be worth pursuing? I mean, if I think to myself, that makes logical sense. If I just do one thing and if I'm getting all these good benefits, so of course I should be doing that thing, right? And that's what I did. And that's why I'm here. You can see I'm pursuing my business as well. I'm putting videos on YouTube as well. I'm all confident in all of my videos. And I'm improving in gym as well. So isn't this a good thing? Desexualizing your brain? Of course it's a good thing, right? That's why you're watching this video, because you know the value of this stuff. So what's the step one? How to actually desexualize your brain? Remove the fuel, reduce the sexual content, all the content that you have been watching, all the Instagram models, or all the, I don't know, man, you guys are advanced than me. You guys are advanced in the way that I was, but you get like sexual content from freaking anywhere. TED Talks, Snapchat, what is that? What else is it? Twitter, Reddit, all these apps. Well, I can't even name them all. But you get like sexual content from all these apps. I wouldn't be knowing, someone else would be knowing it, the other person wouldn't be knowing it. It's going to be you who's going to be knowing it. What are the triggers, and from where you get sexual content? You have to eliminate it. Delete all the groups, delete all the chats, delete all the saved images, delete all the hidden images that you have, delete all the sexual content from which you get that dopamine hit. Unfollow all the thirst accounts, especially Sophie. Oh, she might be thinking, motherfucker made a video on me. Firstly, he had a very good thumbnail. Secondly, he had a very good hook. And thirdly, he's telling his audience to fucking unfollow Sophie Rain. I know most of the people won't do, but unfollow all the thirst accounts. Number three, the porn. Of course, the main thing. You can't be watching porn. If you just watch porn, you're making yourself, what's the word I'm looking for? You're making yourself, I don't know, man. You're building your brain that you want to be, that you like watching other people having sex. And that's what you call cuck. You don't want to be a cuck, do you? You don't want to be, man. You're a young man. You have good ambitions. You want to be doing things in your life. You have to be contributing to the society. Guess what you're doing? You're training your mind that your mind likes to watch other people having sex. You don't want to do this with your future wife. You don't want to do this with anybody. So why are you doing this to yourself? You watch these softcore Instagram reels. There's a lot of soft porn on Instagram, TikTok, all these platforms. It's not actual porn, but it's not even very away from it. And these are your fantasy triggers. Delete all of your fantasy triggers, remove all the fuel, and if the trigger is gone, guess what's going to happen? The loop that I told you in the starting, it weakens. If the loop is very strong, you will be revolving around the loop. But if even one point of the loop get weakens, the whole loop gets weakened. Number two, delay the urge. When you get that urge, you know what you're gonna do? You don't have to fight it. You don't have to, follow it. You don't have to say that, okay, let me leave all of my stuff and let me, go and do that thing. You don't have to throw excuses that, oh yeah, it's just this. You have to justify it. Yeah, it's not gonna happen to me. Yeah, I can control it. It's in my control. You don't have to throw any excuses. Breathe slowly. Pause for 10 seconds and let the wave or a phase pass. Sometimes it's not even the urge. Sometimes it's just the phase, because you have been doing that from 5 or 6 years. Do you think you won't get another phase to check on you? And you know what your mind wants? Your brain only needs evidence. Right now, if you want to be leaving everything, you won't be able to leave And like, what do you say? You won't be able to leave right away. Your brain doesn't have any evidence. That's why you won't believe in it. If you say to your mind that, yes, I want to leave this, your brain will be saying, okay, I mean, you said this yesterday as well, but you still did it. What's the purpose? Your brain doesn't have any evidence. And that's what I'm trying to build. Your brain needs evidence. So breathe slowly, pause for 10 seconds, see what you actually are doing, see your surroundings, and see that wave is just because you don't have any evidence. Your brain needs the evidence, and that wave that you let go, that you will let go, is gonna be a evidence for tomorrow or the next time that you get that wave. That wave is gonna be a evidence for the next wave, and your brain only needs evidence. Step three: replace the dopamine. If you don't have a good dopamine source, guess what you will be doing? You will be doing and you will be going to the same sources of dopamine that you had, and that's leading to those bad habits. Your brain just needs reward, and your brain just wants to stay busy. Right now, you know what you can do? You have to pursue your favorite thing that you really love to do, and you get maximum dopamine hit, and that's a good thing to do. I'm not saying you to start watching porn and jerking off. Replace it with training. For me, it's cold showers, because when I get that when I used to do cold showers, it was like body frightening for me. My mind used to frighten. I was like, oh, what the fuck happened, man? I used to like, what do you say, I used to like breathe very fastly because of cold showers when I used to like firstly started it. And that was my replacement. So find your replacement. It could be like building your morning or nighttime routine. It could be reading. It could be like deep work. It could be like creative work. It could be like building any skill. It could be like socializing with one of your best friends. It could be like talking and getting to know a story of one of your female friends. It could be like talking with your professor. It could be like sitting alone and staring at a wall. Let's suppose there's a wall right now, right? You know what I would do? once you get that once you get that, what do you say, the wave, just breathe for 10 seconds and watch and make some patterns in your mind on that wall. Just sit like this and watch that wall, just like this. And it could be like staring at a wall, it could be like walking, it could be like socializing, as I said, it could be like with a male, it could be like with a female, it could be like reading, it could be short or long books. And if you don't have any short books, guess what you could do? You can go in the description and buy my ebook. Guess what I did here? You just need a previous evidence. I have been telling you, your brain just needs a evidence. And you right now, my friend, if you want to be leaving right now, you won't be able to leave. Why? Because you don't have any previous evidence. Yep, we are here again. And if you want to be reading any short books, the link is in the description. My ebook, Attention Before Everything. Number four, build silence tolerance. This is the skill that everyone needs, but no one wants. Silence tolerance. Sit alone. Sit alone sometimes. Don't do anything. Don't, have any phone in your pocket, or don't scroll or do anything. Just sit alone. Stare at a wall. No phone, no stimulation, no different dopamine hits. And if you have a phone addiction, and if you want to be knowing how to remove those phone addiction with practical strategies, see my phone addiction guide. It's on my YouTube channel. And at first it's very difficult, because let's suppose I have been jerking off from like past 5 years, and if I tell you, okay, sit in front of a wall and stare at a wall for like 30 minutes like this, what do you think I would do? My mind's gonna be having fuckload of thoughts. I'd be thinking like, why am I doing it? Oh, what made me stop this? What made me do this? Or maybe I should, do something else. Maybe I'm wasting my time. My brain is gonna give me a lot of excuses, right? It's gonna be very hard in the starting. But guess what? If I still go through that, if I still sit with myself staring at a wall for like 30 minutes, guess what's gonna happen? Firstly, my mind is gonna be having a good evidence. Secondly, I'm going to be more clear with what's happening and what am I thinking. And thirdly, the silence is going to detoxify your nervous system. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by detoxify your nervous system? What I mean is, Right now, you're getting these dopamine hits from, all these different bad habits, but you will be detoxified once you sit in silence. There comes a point, if you sit in a silence for like 60 minutes, there comes a point after 30 or 40 minutes when you start solving your own problems. When you didn't have solutions before this, before sitting in silence, you didn't have any solutions. But there comes a point after 30 or 40 minutes that you start solving your own problems. And guess what happens? Those ideas are from your own brain. And how are you getting that idea? Because previously you had the same brain. Guess what happened? Guess what changed this time? That silence detoxified your own nervous system. And now we are in the bonus guide how to start attracting 10 by 10 girls. I had to tell this to somebody, and I was talking to somebody, that if you want to be attracting 10 by 10 girls, guess what you can do? You can be increasing your approaching skills. Firstly, of course, like if you follow this guide, if you strategize all of these, and if you use all the strategies that I told you, and if you desexualize your brain, if you start seeing the other person as human, and if you desexualize your brain, if you rehumanize people, and if you're just a guy and there's a girl in front of you, the skill that you should be investing on is not texting, it's not sexting, it's not having good pictures in your Tinder account or shit like that, because that account can go anywhere. People can fucking not respond to you, or maybe anything can happen. But the skill that's gonna stay with you is approaching skill. And if you invest all of your time in approaching skill, guess what's going to happen? You are going to start attracting 10 by 10 girls. When you see someone attractive, what do you have to do? It could be in your gym, it could be in your bar, it could be in your class, it could be like, in your bus terminal, it could be like in your shopping center, anywhere. See her face. Don't look at the places of her that you want to look, but see her face. Count till 5 seconds. And then you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna approach her. You're not gonna make any script that, oh yeah, I'll go to her, maybe I'll say this, then she would reply this, she would reply this, then I'll say this, then after that, I'm gonna ask her number, then everything's gonna be fine. I'm gonna be marrying her, then I'm gonna be having kids with her, then I'm gonna be doing this, doing this, doing this. Fuck that crap, man. Leave everything. You are a human, she's a human. That's gonna be just a human approaching to another human. Don't keep her on a pedestal. If you start making a script, you only make a script when you're not confident, plus you think that you're off low level. When do you prepare for an interview? You start practicing for the for the questions that they, what do you say? You start practicing for the questions that they could be asking you, right? You only prepare for the questions, you only prepare for the interview if you think that you're not, what do you say? That you're not good enough for the interview. If you are good enough for the interview in the present moment, why do you have to prepare for it? That's a simple question. If you are good for that girl, why do you have to make a script? You can just be yourself and just talk to her, and she would be attracted to you. That means there's something wrong in yourself. There's something wrong in your own mind. Maybe in your mind, you are keeping her on a pedestal and you're not keeping yourself on the same pedestal. You're keeping yourself below her. And that's the thing that you don't have to do. Count till 5. Do not make any scripts and approach. Step 3, make new friends, both genders. It could be like, male friends, it could be like female friends, because for me, I only believe in two genders. It could be like a little controversial, but I said it. But make new friends. Make new female friends. They're gonna teach you how to actually fucking, read the room, how to actually fucking talk to females, how to not talk to females, and make new male friends too. They could be telling about their experiences, like I'm telling you about my experiences, right? Let's suppose me and you are friends, and I'm talking to you, and you ask me like, okay, how do I approach this girl, or how do I do this? What are your experiences? What do you think about this? Is this girl good for me or something like that? I will be telling you about my experiences. Make new friends, and don't be that lone wolf motherfucker that, oh yeah, I'll be just staying normal. I'll be just I'm good alone. I don't need anybody. Don't be one of those me motherfuckers. I'm telling you, I don't want to say that I know everything about life, or I know everything about the world. But from my experiences, I have been that guy, and that was not a good guy. I would always choose this person who's in front of you and who's very social. I would always choose this. And number four, try to speak to at least one new person a day. It could be like a manager, it could be like, a male friend, it could be like new people though. It could be like a new female, it could be like a new girl that you're attracted to. If it could be like new person sitting next to you in your class, it could be like anyone. It could be like a Tim Hortons worker. Ask her like how her day was. Ask, compliment her on a watch, compliment her on her t-shirt or maybe her hair. Could be like anything, but try to speak to at least one new person a day. And what are the results? What would happen when you do all these steps? Your focus is going to return. You're going to be having a lot more energy. Your confidence is going to be growing. You will be having a lot more confidence. I get this compliment a lot. I don't know. I don't think so. They are joking with me. I don't know, man. But I get this confidence a lot. I get this, compliment a lot that this guy has a lot of confidence. Motherfuckers are saying this on my face. They say behind my back as well because I get to know from my friends. And you feel very calm. You feel more horny, and that's naturally. That's not like, I want to use this girl, I want to use this girl, I want to use this person. You feel more horny naturally. You stop craving, you stop chasing, and you start attracting people, because people can also look at your face and think that if he's not a psychopath, if he's not a fucking lone wolf or shit like that. You start getting attention from females. You start building your own purpose, and you start building something for yourself, and you keep your mind busy with the things that you actually want to do. And last but not the least, a man who controls his future, no fuck, I fucked it, didn't I? A man who controls his attention controls his future. Think about it for a second. If you control where your attention is going, you will be, of course, putting your effort into building that, right? So you would be directly controlling your future. And let me tell you something. Once you fix your brain, everything else follows. Once you really fix this thing in your head, once you really fix your mind, your fitness, your money, your social life, and your internal happiness, because all of these things are the things that actually matter. Your fitness, your money, your social life, and your internal happiness. All of these things will actually follow you. And guess who did you have to follow? You have to subscribe me. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.